Welcome to Oman.
Right.
I'm joined today by Aslan bin Bassar from Malaysia. So welcome to the program. Aslan, can you please tell us a little bit about yourself?
Thank you very much for inviting me tonight, Yusuf. I think I am from Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur, and I've been here a couple of times. And I think I'm privileged to be here during the Hajj.
And it's my understanding that you are the Hajj media advisor to the Malaysian media. Is that
Yes,
correct?
I am.
And so what does that role involve?
Well, involved, for example, my communication with the Ministry of Media representative here, the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and we used to communicate by inviting Malaysian media and via me. So I will, based on my past experiences, I've been working with almost 36 years in Malaysian media, and apart from that, 2 years in Singapore media, 2 years in Indonesia, and also 6 months in Korea. Been in media in the whole of my life, although I graduated as a banking person. But what I usually do is to identify the journalists in Malaysia and also the crew, to provide the names and given based on the Ministry of Media of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, get them here and experience the life here.
And then they have a chance to actually experience the Hajj first.
Exactly, yeah.
Outstanding. So I'm expecting that this isn't your first Hajj.
No, it's not.
How many times have you actually gone on Hajj?
Well, I am very privileged and very blessed person. This is my 6th Hajj.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So on the different times that you've come during Hajj, how has this Hajj been different from previous Hajj?
Wow, I must say it's amazing. This time around is about technology. I see a good improvement. I see leaps and bounds in terms of how the Saudi government handle the pilgrims this time. I think it's about AI, it's about IT and technology. Things have moved, and I'm impressed, honestly. I can see those before COVID, and the experiences after COVID is way far different. I think I have to say that whoever is involved, the ministry that involved in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, have done a good job. I don't know. They should be doing a good job. You know why? There's no such country or no such part in the world that can handle every year in, year out, almost 2 million people congregate in one place. I mean, it's amazing. For example, this is what I heard. This is what I have been asking as a media person. And I met the Minister of Transportation, and what he said was, I asked him how many numbers of buses involved in such big congregation, and he said about 27,000 buses. And when you line them up, it's about 230 kilometers. Wow. I mean, how do you handle that? So it must be something that, the experience and knowledge. I'm amazed by the number of buses. And can you imagine Arafah? And then after Asar prayers, and you start to move out, and it's clear within, I would say 12 hours, 7 hours, everything is clear.
Within a few hours.
Isn't that amazing?
Indeed it is.
It's behind the scene that now after 6 years, I'm thinking a lot about behind the scene.
Well, let's talk about that. You mentioned that you saw a lot of technology, that you saw a lot of digitization with regards to the Hajj this year as compared to other years. One of the elements that you mentioned was AI, or artificial intelligence. How has AI impacted your Hajj in particular, and your observations on how it has impacted the rest of the Hajj journey for maybe your compatriots and other Hajj pilgrims?
This is very smooth. We have done our part back at home. before we come here, they give us what they call biometric test. They put all the fingers, the fingerprints and whatnot. And it's been very smooth.
Mhm.
And you know why? I think the first step to Hajj is already, clear. No, we don't have to spend a lot of hours in the immigration,
Yep.
in the queue. Everything is being processed back at home. In my room, I was putting my phone, and it's so easy now. It's like something like I'm thinking of something like DIY. You know,
Do it yourself.
do it yourself kind of stuff. So when we reach at the airport and everything is, it's smooth. You know why you need to be smooth? Because when we want to perform Hajj, our minds are all about the routine,
Mhm.
the religious, movement, the arrangement, the planning, and the anxiety. What would happen next? Especially senior people.
Mhm.
And I see a lot of, I advise some of my friends back at home, you want to go perform Hajj, you need to be very familiar with your handphones.
Mhm.
You need to be familiar with your applications and nusuk, all that kind of stuff. So I think they are moving into that kind of what called handphones reliability. So you need to be well versed with handphones for a start.
So understanding
Yeah.
technology is very
Exactly.
important.
Yes.
And so with the use of technology, you were saying that you could actually have a do-it-yourself Hajj
Yeah.
that basically you could prepare from your home as a first step. So let's go back to that first step. You woke up one day and you decided, you know what? I'm going to do Hajj. When was that? And then how did you prepare yourself to actually embark on the Hajj? What did you have to do? How did you prepare yourself for that?
This is something comical.
Oh, indeed. Please tell us.
You know what? I'm in the media.
Okay.
So what I did was I was in the senior management of a TV station.
Mm-hmm.
So I woke up one day and I was reaching 40 years old and I said, I need to perform my Hajj.
Mhm.
Otherwise, I don't feel like I'm a true Muslim because there is 5 rituals that I need to do. And the number 5 is performing Hajj.
The 5 pillars, yes.
The 5 pillars, yeah. The number 5, I need to fulfill it. So I've been thinking a lot for a few months and whatnot. Then suddenly, I was creating a program. I was creating a TV station.
Mhm.
So the first thing that I do, let's do a Hajj live from Makkah. So we came out and we did the budget and whatnot. So we finally decide, okay, we have a 1-hour program daily during the Hajj. That's it. So we went in and I said, let's do it live from Makkah. So we were together with the Malaysian Hajj pilgrims. So we did small, just like this, we did a small studio and we pump the news to back at home and they love it.
And this was your first Hajj?
Yes, the first Hajj.
Outstanding.
So that's something different. It's a privilege for me. And I think because I was in that position to decide, let's have a program, half an hour program live from Makkah. So the rest fall in places. My staff did all the applications and whatnot. So I was at that time I was very, very like so-called, hey, is this real? Is this real? I'm 40. I want to perform Hajj. So I was under pressure with working, ibadah, and also, to perform the Hajj. Then I realized I keep my references. Oh, Hajj is only about 4 days. Okay, we can go there for 2 weeks and let's do 1 week about preparation and studio meeting, interview people and whatnot. Go to the streets and go to understanding how it works and behind the scene and whatnot. And that 4 days, okay, is 4 days Arafah Wukuf. I told them it's me time. No one should disturb me. This is the time for me and Allah. And like I said to you earlier, and Mina is about, hey, let's forgive each other and work together and that kind of relation. It's about networking.
So you were talking about that with this particular, that this particular Hajj, you actually brought, just with like your first one, you actually brought now other members of the Malaysian media community. How have they been finding the Hajj? So you had your own first impressions many years ago. What are their impressions this Hajj? What have they been telling you?
Okay. When the Ministry of Media of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, Dr. Khalid in particular, called me and said, hey, for this year, let's have, this is about 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
So we want to prepare a better coverage for the Hajj. So can you list me the names that the potential journalists and crew that could come? So, okay. Once I get that message, what I did was I look at all the TV channels and station and look at the reporters and look at the background. I study some little background of them so that to make sure that these are the people who really want to perform the Hajj and want to also work and want to know some of the background of it. I did my own when I identified them. Once I get approval from the visas and whatnot, I call them one by one. And I also have coffee with them. Okay, I said, this is not something that this is going to be tough. It's about working and also performing your Hajj. So don't you ever think that when you go there, you just want to perform. No. You have an obligation to report and send back messages back home. Okay, from your perspective. So once I clear, I start telling them that, hey, this is the biggest congregation. Anything can happen. Okay, don't think about yourself. You have to think, all the mixed reaction that I have. So when I told them, and then they will ask me back, so what's your experience? You've been there, a couple of times. So I said, number one, need to be patient. No, it's about patience. It's easier said, but try to do it. With so many, when you have a big event, big assembly, you tend to get very pressurized. So you need to get, you have to be patient. But if you have that guidance, and I said, yes, just listen to me. If I ask you to do A, you do A. If I ask you to report B, report B.
We have to work together.
Yes, we have together. And so far, alhamdulillah. So I give them what to expect. What to expect.
So setting clear expectations from the beginning.
And then I need your answer. You okay? If you're not okay, don't. This is, you need to be very clear, very sincere about this is about you and God, and also you and your viewers, and you and your station and channel. And apart from that, I also ask them if they are married, especially the female, get your husband approval. I don't run from the responsibility, or I don't want, this is not something that you can, okay, put aside and let's cheat here, cheat there. No.
There has to be a management of expectations and a balance of the responsibilities. Yeah. So you talked about the wives of the media personalities who are with you. So are you here with your family?
Yes, I'm also with my family this time around, but my wife through the Malaysian government invitation, and I'm on the with the group of the media from Malaysia. So we just met during Mina.
Wow! And how long have you been married?
Oh, over 40 years now.
Wow! So even though you've been married for 40 years, during this Hajj, what have you learned about each other? Did you learn anything new about each other during this Hajj?
Of course.
Oh, what did you learn?
After Arafah, we miss each other.
Oh,
I think over the years, we tend to get things, we tend to get things for granted. We celebrate birthday, but there's one moment that we need to be together. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like we went through, we threw the stone together. We miss each other. During the Hajj, it's so that important that even my wife said, let's do everything together. So this is one moment that I try to, balance between my work and also to attend. And also sometimes it can be sensitive because she could easily say, oh, you think about your work. You're not thinking about me. Woman, sorry to say. But, and
it goes both ways. It goes both ways.
So far, I think with the help of my children, and they were texting me and messaging me. Have you met mom? I'm still with the team, and never mind, your mom is still with the group of the others. So we decide with the help of we decide to meet. And
So you realize that you really wish that she was next to you. In
yes,
Arafat.
of course.
So then after Arafat, you said you were able to meet up again
Yes,
with her.
yes, yeah,
How has she been enjoying the Hajj?
of course. Like I said, as long you understand that Arafah is me time.
Mhm.
So her and one Allah, and me and one Allah. So at the end, we both, maybe we at the same Arafah but different site, but
You were unified.
yes, unified in such
In prayer.
in prayers. Yes, definitely.
That's lovely to think of. Unified in prayer.
That's the right word.
Mhm.
I like that.
So then how has she been enjoying, or maybe not enjoying so much? We've been having interesting weather during the Hajj. It was hot a little bit during the Hajj, or maybe a bit more.
Mm.
And then suddenly today there was rain. How has she been dealing with the weather?
Oh, she posted, her social media and text me and saying me, I'm going to go out to the rain.
Oh,
And I went,
she went out into the rain?
Yes, she was. Yeah, because he said, how often do you get rain during Hajj?
Mhm.
I don't remember, any other years that Hajj in my
In your own personal experience.
No, she doesn't. So what she did was she took her phone and she went out to the street and under the rain without wet everything, and she just stayed. But
She was
she
was dancing in the
and she
rain.
posted to her friends and on her social media, and she posted and she also posted it to me. So I said, wow, that's kind of something different. I mean, unique.
Mhm.
I think it's unique because most of our family have been to Hajj, but they have not experienced some rain.
Mhm.
So I think it's like something something unique this year for both of us.
Mhm.
We in Hajj, you have rain in Hajj. When we tell others, they won't.
They wouldn't believe it.
Yeah. Even I was with the team. Is this rain? No, they look again. It's rain. And then everybody saying, it's raining. It's raining. It's a big thing in Malaysia actually to have. It's blessed for us. It's a blessed thing. Raining, and everybody is saying prayers and whatnot, because rain is also happening in Hajj is unique to us.
Mhm. So you learned more about each other, and basically you even added more depth to your relationship with your wife. Now you talked about your own personal relationship with God, and how the Hajj was an opportunity to really focus on that relationship. So how did the Hajj help you grow, especially this time around? And especially that you said you've done the Hajj many times before. So did you learn something new about yourself? How did you grow this time during Hajj as a person and as a Muslim?
Okay, as a Muslim or as a person, like you said to yourself, it's like I would relate it to something back home in Malaysia.
Mhm.
When you go to someone's house, you offer them drinks, you offer them food and whatnot. And when you go back, you always give a gift.
Mhm.
You hand a gift to your guests when you go back. Sweets, dates, whatever. Yeah. And for me, every time I perform a Hajj, something magic happened to me.
Mhm.
Something, in the dreams, something that I cannot share.
Mm.
It's too personal.
Oh.
But what I'm trying to say is, it's something like back home, Allah will give something. You come to my place, you come to my home, when you go back, this is a gift for you.
So you get
It's
some
personalized.
you get some personal inspiration.
Personalized. It's God. Then I realized, wow, God, there are millions of people, God are listening to me. God is delivering what I've been praying and what I've been wanting and whatnot. So every single Hajj that I perform, Alhamdulillah, Allah gives something. It's in the dreams. When I go back, I just can't explain, but there are certain dreams that meant just for me, personalized for me. So if you ask me to come again next year, I will come because I know there will be a gift.
Indeed.
It's a matter of time Allah will give. And to my surprise, because there's 1.7 million, 2 million people. That means what it means to me is that Allah is listening to every single of you that come to my house, that come to my place, that come to my site. So that's why every year I will never be, I look forward. And this year, I don't know, maybe tomorrow, maybe day after, or maybe when I land back in home, I am pretty sure, I'm 110% that Allah will give me a gift.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of gifts, now obviously the Hajj has been beneficial to many people, both like spiritually and of course learning about themselves and growing. But I want to talk about your professional experience as a media person. Now, obviously there was a investment in bringing the Malaysian media personalities to the Hajj, that they can learn something new, that they can exercise their media skills. So, but that really is an investment. There is some cost behind that. So other media organizations, of course, when they send out correspondence to any location, there will always be a cost. So what is the return on investment for media companies for sending correspondence to the Hajj, whether to cover the Hajj, whether to improve on their media skills? What would a media company benefit, like a news agency or something like that, from sending their staff and their correspondents to the Hajj in Mecca?
Okay.
In your professional experience.
I think if I answer this frankly, most of my friends will not be happy.
Okay.
You know why? Because with the exception what happening in the Middle East, okay, most mainstream media around the world is facing declining of viewerships.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Because of technology, because of the media social example. This time around, we took along with us 4 of the influencers,
Malaysian
influencer, the TikToks, the IG person, and what we did, you need to have 1.5 million subscribers or followers, then we take you there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So you know why? Because how many people are watching mainstream media is questionable now. Because the technology will give you, for example, news. And in mainstream media, news are very, rigid. 8 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and 5 o'clock.
Oh, there's a strict schedule.
Schedule, yes. But when things happen, I think the WhatsApp, the TikTok is giving you life. So when you are at the news, the main news, you need to change your
entire lineup.
Entire lineup. Yes, it needs to be the post. It's not going to be the live whatever you report. So people need to know live. The mainstream is struggling against the what you call the new media. So that's why that's why this current trip we have 4 influencers, which is millions viewers. Very short, very behind the scene, and the same. We divide. For me, I told them we divide. You're mainstream, you just normal. Go on with your own reporting, but the TikToks, the IG, and the X and whatnot need to be behind the scene. And truly, the TikTok is higher viewers than the mainstream. So what I'm saying is, think again, because things are moving very fast, especially with AI, artificial intelligence coming up. Everyone can be a reporter. Right? What are those days when you invest? When you start a channel, you need hundreds of millions, 50 million, 70 million back home. I'm talking about a Malaysian context. But now
there's big capital to start a media channel.
Exactly. Those days. But now, no. You have a phone, you can start your YouTube channel. You can but again, you cannot do what the mainstream is doing. So these 2 mainstream and influencer, we clearly define what their role are, so that support each other.
They still need each other.
Yes, That's my point. So to me, it's investment and whatnot. We have to get along with the needs, with the wants of the viewers, because viewers at the end, content is king.
Mhm.
Content is king. So if you get the right content, it doesn't matter you are mainstream or your TikTok or your Facebook or whatever. It doesn't matter now. Yeah.
So the media influencers that you were able to bring with you, have they been able to find content this Hajj?
More than enough. More than that. As they walk at the street of Mina, it's content. And food is a content. Because you have to imagine Malaysia and Saudi Arabia is so different in food, in the culture, aside from the religion, which is.
So of course, every media influencer comes with their own specific background in social media.
Background, yeah, we differ. We even have the number one comedian in Malaysia here right now.
Interesting.
Yes, one posting is about 4.5 million compared to mainstream. So they're doing their job. So we are fine. So what we need to do is the mainstream now. The difference is the mainstream. You have 1 hour show, half an hour show, but TikTok is about 3 minutes, 2 minutes, not more than that.
So bite-sized.
Yeah, bite-sized. Yeah,
bite-sized. Now you also talked about your own performance of the Hajj rituals. And again, I'm sure after doing these rituals many times, I'm sure you've learned a few lessons about how to make the most of it, given that it's a very short amount of time, and especially that you do, as you said, you want to focus on that relationship with God and prayer and make sure that your prayers are focused on your needs. What tips and suggestions would you give to people who are preparing for the Hajj so that they can focus on their worship and on their rituals?
Okay. Before I answer that question, Yusuf, what I did was I told them, especially the CEO of the TV station or the editors of the newsroom and whatnot, they have to get someone who at least have 5 years experience of reporting.
Oh, that was the people who participated this year.
Yes.
Okay.
This year. And then I look at them. What are their situation in life right now?
Okay.
Okay. Are they moving towards an hijrah, or are they still? You'll be surprised that sometimes when we ask that, would you like to perform Hajj? No, sorry, not now.
Oh, some of them actually said no
because they're worried. Because they're not ready. Because there's so many stuff that we don't know. But surprisingly, for me, surprisingly, most of them wanted, even though they are not sure whether they have time to study or not. So it's my role to say, yes, you are ready. It's my role to say that, no, don't worry. God is very forgiving.
And you gave them encouragement.
Yes, encouragement. You don't have to worry about your past. The problem with most of them is about my past. Would Allah accept me? Would I'm stepping in a holy city? Would back home there's so many so many negative things and whatnot.
Negative thoughts.
Yeah, negative thoughts. Yeah. So I think that's my role as a media advisor. I will sit with them, and in fact, 1 week before we fly here, I had a meeting with everyone, so you can ask all of questions you want based on my experience in the past.
Yes.
Okay. Do we have time to perform our prayers? How about our food? And where is our luggages? What is the size and whatnot? Because it's the first time. It's a holy city. It's a holy city.
And it's the first time.
You see the anxiety that they are facing and whatnot. And that is my role, to cool things down. And I even tell them, these are the things that you need to bring along. These are the things that you need to bring, the clothes and number of. You'll be surprised. I'm very detailed. I'm very detailed. I'm as good as any producer, so I give any detail. These are the things that you need to to prepare to bring it to make them easy and start. I even ask them to walk and report to me. Okay, for 3 weeks, have you done your brisk walking? Have you done your jogging? Trust me, I'll do that. And
you encourage them to be physically fit.
Yeah, prove to me that you have been walking and whatnot, because I want them to be healthy. How are you going? I even tell them don't even think about sleep. To that extent, mentally I need to prepare them.
All right.
And I Alhamdulillah, it's been a good feedback for Malaysian team. They are very, up in the morning, if the bus say you at 3:00, they are there. So, we want to set an example for other nations, for other countries that come for the reporting. I think, Saudi Arabia has been very kind to us. We need to return in terms of, be punctual and a lot of stuff. It's about, logistic. It's about
And being organized.
You can't, when you come here for the Hajj reporting, you can't be thinking what the 1.7 million people can do for me. You need to adjust to the 1.7 million people. You can't expect the management, you can't expect me, you can't expect whoever, entrusted to organize and wanted to listen to you. This is not the time. You need to be flexible to adjust the 1.7 million, the traffic, the logistic, the food, everything for 2 weeks. Not even 2 months, not even 2 years. So you need to be flexible when you come here. First thing is you need to be asking yourself, you are very lucky. Some people in Malaysia, there's so many restrictions. You need to be saving certain amount of money. Tabung haji, in Malaysia we call it tabung haji. You need to take your turn, and so many things. If you can't even cut the queue in the system.
It's highly organized.
Yeah. If you 10 people, or maybe in that system you take it out, people will complain. Why? I've been saving for so many years. I'm 70 years old, and you are just 30 and 40. How can you go? Yeah.
So it has to be organized.
Yeah.
Well, Aslan, we're coming close to the end of our interview. What final thoughts do you have for us?
I think Hajj is a lifetime experience. Either you get it once in a lifetime, or you get couples of time like me. But one thing for sure, you need to be patient. Patience is part of Iman. If you can't be patient, where is your Iman? Where is your Iman? There are 5 pillars. You can do a lot of things, but
But without patience, you cannot do them.
No, you can't. Because you said, I believe in Allah. I am convicted with Allah. And Allah will say, hey, let's test. Let's test. Okay, this is the test.
Indeed. Well, Aslan, thank you so much for joining us today on Aman, sponsored by Tahakkum. And thank you so much for your thoughts. We wish you all the best on the rest of your Hajj. And again, God bless you. And we hope that you and your family will be safe and sound.
Thank you so much, Yusuf. And thank you to all the listeners and the viewers. We all share the same dream.
Indeed.
And dream to go to heaven.
Indeed. We'll meet there, inshallah.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.